Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of 7th class, this is our English class and today we are going to start lecture number 6. This lecture will be from the English grammar tree. Okay. And the topic of today's lecture is adjectives and its kinds. In the first lecture of English grammar tree, we learned about the noun and pronoun and their kinds, and today we are going to start adjective and kinds of adjective. Okay, there are 6 kinds of adjective. First one is adjectives of quality that show the quality of something, some noun. Adjectives of quantity, demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, participles as adjectives, and proper adjectives. First of all, the definition of adjective. What is an adjective? Adjective is, this is one of the parts of speech. An adjective is a describing word. It says something more about a noun. This is a describing word. It describes, it adds meanings in noun. It adds meanings in noun, in a word. It says something more about a noun. ये noun के मुताल्लिक कुछ मज़ीद मालूमात देता है. For example, if I say this is a book, in this sentence book is noun. Okay, we can add another word that is adjective before this noun. For example, we can say this is an interesting book. Interesting is here modifying, describing the word that is book. So it is adding something, some meanings in a noun that is book. In Urdu we call it wasf or sifat. इसमें सिफत जो होता है ये किसी चीज़ की क्वालिटी सिफत बताता है. An adjective can be modified by an adverb of degree like very and to. After this we will also learn about adverbs and kinds of adverbs. One of the kind of adverb is adverb of degree. So here they are telling us that adverb of degree can also describe or modify an adjective. For example, in the earlier example that I gave, I said this is an interesting book. Interesting is adjective, this is modifying book. Book is noun. You can say this is very interesting book. Very. Now very is adding meanings in the adjective that is interesting. मतलब दिलचस्प सिर्फ नहीं है बल्कि बहुत दिलचस्प है. So very is modifying. Very is the degree, adverb of degree, and this is modifying adjective that is interesting. Okay, this was a point. An adjective has comparative and superlative forms. You may also learn that adjective has 3 degrees or forms: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative. For example, tall, taller, tallest, big, bigger, biggest. These are 3 forms of adjectives. Okay, we will learn about them later. Now come to the kinds of adjectives. There are different kinds of adjectives. First one is adjective of quality, or we can say qualitative adjectives. Qualitative adjectives describe the shape, size, color, or manner of a thing or a person. Okay, when you talk about a thing or a noun and you talk about its size, shape, color, or manner, that is called qualitative or adjective of quality. For example, the tall, slim girl Standing near the big gate is my sister. Here the girl is noun and it has two adjectives. First one is tall, second one is slim. Tall and slim, they are talking about the shape of girl. उसकी shape कैसी है, वो लंबे कद की और दुबली पतली होगी. This is shape. Standing near the big gate is my sister. Big gate. Big gate के पास खड़ी है. Which type of gate? The quality of this gate is big. Big is size. Okay, similarly black color or manner. For example, you are going on the right way. Right is also, this is a manner. Okay. Anyway, next is adjective of quantity or numerals or numbers. Okay. The adjective of quantity or number refer to how much or how many of a thing. When someone asks about how many or about something with interrogative forms like how much or how many, the answer will be with adjective of quantity or number. For example, if I say how much water is in the jug, the answer will be there is a little water in the jug. There is some water in the jug. Some and little, they are showing quantity of water, how much or how many. With countable nouns we say how many. For example, how many books are there on the table? You say there are 5 books on the table. 5 books. Books is being modified by 5. 5 is describing, 5 is telling the quantity of noun, that is for how many. So there is some water in the jug. No. Many, there are many students. Much, 5 or few. They are adjectives of quantity, or these are numerals. There are 45 students in this class. Students, noun, this is being modified by 45. 45 is adjective of quantity. It is telling the quantity of students. They are 45. Number 3, demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjectives are used to point at a person or a thing. Point at, इशारा करना, to indicate a person or a thing. इसमाई इशारा भी, अस्माई इशारा भी इनको कहा जाता है. These are this and these. These is the plural form of this. When we point out to a nearer thing, then we say this. Those and that. When some noun is or something is at a distance, अगर कोई चीज़ दूर है, then you use demonstrative adjective that. That book is mine. Those books are mine. Okay. The plural form of that is those, and the plural form of this is these. So these 4, this, these, those and that, these are demonstrative adjectives. These mangoes are very sweet. This mango is very sweet. Next is interrogative adjectives. The word shows interrogative. These are about asking questions. Adjectives that are used for asking questions are called interrogative adjectives. सवालिया, जिनसे सवाल पूछा जाता है. For example, who, whose, which and what. Example, whose book have you borrowed? Whose book have you borrowed? Borrow mean उधार लेना किसी से. Whose book, किसकी किताब, have you borrowed? Which house is yours? Which house is yours? कौन सा घर आपका है? Number 5, participles as adjectives. Okay, participles are basically forms of verb. There are 2 types of participles. One is present participle, the other is past participle. Present participle is basically the form of a verb, and that is also called ing form of verb. For example, play, playing. Playing is present participle. Open, opening. Opening is present participle. And the third form of a verb is called past participle. For example, written, write, wrote, written. Play, played, played. Third form of verb is called past participle. So these are basically forms of verbs, but sometimes these two forms of verbs are also used as adjectives. That is why this kind is called participles as adjectives. Both present participles ing form and past participle ed means third form of verb can be used as adjectives. How? Present participle adjectives are active and they are used to denote a particular effect. एक खास असर को शो करने के लिए आते हैं एक्टिव केस में. For example, I watched an interesting movie last night. Interesting, from interest. Here it is used as adjective. Interesting movie. Or for example, you say, I like shining stars in the night. I like shining stars in the night. Shining. Shining is modifying here stars. This is with ing form, present participle, but it is used as adjective. Second is past participle. They are passive and they are used to mean affected in a particular way. एक खास अंदाज से अगर कोई चीज़ मुतासिर हुई है उस माना में इस्तेमाल होते हैं. For example, a tired traveler. Traveler is noun, musafir. Which type of traveler? A tired. Tired is third form of tired. Tired means थका हुआ होना. और tired traveler थका हुआ मुसाफिर. एक ऐसा मुसाफिर जिसकी सिफत यह है कि वो थका हुआ है. Was walking down the road. Similarly, you can say, I saw my face in a broken mirror. I saw my face in a broken mirror. Broken is third form of break, but here it is used as adjective, as past participle adjective. This is modifying mirror. टूटा हुआ शीशा. Broken mirror. टूटा हुआ शीशा. Number 6. Proper adjective. Earlier we studied about proper noun. Now it is proper adjective. Proper adjectives are formed from proper nouns, especially from names of places. These are made from proper noun and especially from the names of places like continents, बरेआज़म जो होते हैं continents कहा जाता है, countries, states and cities and persons. For example, Chinese, from China, name of country, China. Chinese dish, Chinese products, China की बनी हुई. Victoria is the name. This is the name of a queen, and the period of that queen, the era of that queen is called Victorian. Victorian era, Victorian period, Victoria का ज़माना. Tibetan is a region in China. एक इलाका है वहाँ पे from Tibetan man, ऐसा आदमी जो उसका ताल्लुक तिब्बत से. पाकिस्तानी boy, एक ऐसा लड़का जो पाकिस्तान से ताल्लुक रखता है. Similarly, Indian, American, Iranian, etc. Example, Rolf. Rolf is name of person. Rolf is a Swede. Swede is proper adjective from Sweden. Sweden is name of country. The person who belongs to Sweden is called Swede. Rolf is a Swede who has married a French lady. French is proper adjective from France. France, a person, the lady who is from France, that is why French lady. Right, now this is your now homework. There are two exercises. First one is identify the adjective and say what kind they are. You will identify first of all, means you will underline adjective in these examples. Then you will tell the kind of that adjective. For example, I will solve the first example. This town has withstood many fierce battles. Here are this fierce many. So I have identified three adjectives. This town has withstood. This town has resisted, faced. इस टाउन ने बहुत ज़्यादा फेस किया है, बर्दाश्त किया है, to bear, withstood, बर्दाश्त करना, resist करना, बाकी रहना, सामना करना. Many fierce battles. Fierce means severe, बहुत शदीद, मुश्किल, शदीद किस्म की जंगों का सामना किया है इस टाउन ने. So this is demonstrative adjective, this town, pointing out a town, and many battles, many is showing the number, so this is quantity, adjective of quantity showing number, and fierce is showing the manner, so this is adjective of quality, showing the quality of battle, that battle was severe. In this way you will find out in rest of the examples adjectives. You will underline adjectives, then you will write their kind on your notebooks. Forming adjectives. Next exercise, your homework for your homework is forming adjectives. Adjectives banana. Adjectives, we can make adjectives from nouns, we can make adjectives from verbs, and similarly from other adjectives. Nouns. Adjectives may be formed from nouns. आप noun से adjective बना सकते हैं. For example, dirt. Dirt is noun. गंदगी. From dirt you can make adjective dirty. He is a dirty boy. Dirty is adjective from dirt. Hope, umid. Hope is noun. Hopeful or hopeless. Hopeful, purumid. Hopeless, naumid. This is now. He is a hopeful man. Hopeful means purumid. Silk. And from silk, the adjective is silken or silky. Silken or silky mean soft, smooth, reshmi, naram, malayam. Okay, verbs. You can make adjectives from verbs. For example, tire, thakna, thak jana, and tiresome means boring, dull, wearisome, थका देने वाला, बोरियत वाला. Talk is verb, and talkative, a person who talks too much, बहुत ज़्यादा बातें करने वाला, बातूनी, talkative. Cease and ceaseless. Cease mean to finish, to stop. Ceasefire, like we say, ceasefire, janbandi, to stop, to finish, to bring to an end. This is verb, but ceaseless is adjective. Ceaseless mean continuous, endless. जिसका कोई end ना हो, continuous. Other adjectives. Adjectives can be made from other adjectives. Adjective किसी और adjective से भी बनाया जा सकता है. For example, whole. Okay, he played the whole day. तो सारा दिन. Okay, whole mean complete, मुकम्मल. This is adjective, already adjective. But we can make from whole another adjective, that is wholesome. Wholesome means health giving. Wholesome, health giving, healthful. ऐसी चीज जो सेहत बख्श होगी. Try to eat the wholesome foods. White color. White is already adjective of quality, showing color. but we can make another adjective from white. Whitish, whitish यानी कि जिसका कलर जो है वो वाइट हो. Then is sick, बीमार, sick, a sick person, sick student. Okay, this is adjective, ill. And sickly, we can make another, sickly. Sickly means unhealthy, in a poor health, weak, kamzor, sickly, sorry. Okay, now the homework is fill in the blanks with the adjectives formed from the words in the brackets. Some words have been given in brackets. You will make from these words adjectives. First one is Atif is a boy. Mischief. Mischief is noun. Mischief means naughtiness, शरारत. Okay. अब शरारत से हमने बनाना है शरारती. Adjective बनाना है. Atif is a mischievous. Okay, mischievous. Atif is a mischievous boy. शरारती लड़का है, mischievous. After VOUS, mischievous. Okay, you will make similarly from outrage and move and why, sense, meddle, harden, and strong. From these words, you will make yourself adjectives. You can take help from the dictionary as well. Okay, here is the end of this chapter.